Hello stars, it's been a little while. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, but just haven't had the opportunity or the chance, and my hair's a little bit messy. Been out shoveling snow, it's really snowing up here. But I felt I would make this video because, too often we don't understand what's going on in other people's lives, and this is a prime example of that. Something that I felt I would share with you guys. So one time, it was around noon, I was playing cards with some friends, and there were three friends there. One was seated across from me, one was to my left, and then one was a little bit further left on the table. All of a sudden, I had this strange, overwhelming panic just come over me out of nowhere, and I started hyperventilating, and then boom, I couldn't breathe. Like literally, my brain had cut off saying, "You're no longer breathing." Okay? And all of my friends are looking at me, and the guy on my immediate left, my good friend, was like, "Chris, you just need to calm down, buddy. You'll be just fine." And I could hear him, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't say, "I'm not breathing." And just so you know what they were seeing me sitting there hyperventilating. Okay? But I had no sense that I was breathing at all. My brain's like, you kind of like fight. You're like, come on, breathe, do something. So the guy across from me signaled to me, do I need a glass of water? And so, yeah. So I was like, sure, still trying to catch my breath. And he went to go get a drink of water. In the meantime, I put my hand to my mouth and I could feel the air going in and out really fast. But I still had the brain disconnect of you're not breathing whatsoever. So, using my hand in front of my mouth, I was able to start slowing my breathing, and regulate it, but only using my lungs because, again, up here wasn't registering that anything was going in and out. This other friend of mine who was disabled was just over there freaking out. He didn't know what to do at all. I'd never seen anything like this. And so then this friend starts to realize that, hey, he's having a real problem here. So he starts pounding on my back to try to help me catch my breath, and thought it might be choking on something or that would in some way help. But it was actually hurting, and I was just like, don't touch me, and uncomfortable as I was trying to catch my breath. So then the other guy comes back from the kitchen and hands me the water. Okay. And it was a small glass, it was about half full. And I thought, why is this only half full? In the meantime, this friend said, do you have a paper bag or a bag? And sent him to go get a bag. So I grabbed this water and I slam it down without even thinking. I slammed the whole thing down. And that's when I realized it was pure vodka. Okay. And I went and just spit all over myself with vodka and everything. Just sitting there coughing, trying to catch my breath. And, it's burning my throat. And I have my hand there. And about this time, the brain is starting to say, okay, we're breathing again. I can start taking over. But I still was keeping my hand there. The other guy showed up with a plastic bag. So I put the plastic bag there. And I could see the breath in the bag, and it was just helping me to regulate. And of course, it wasn't the best because it was a plastic bag, but let me tell you, it was better than nothing at all. So I tried standing up, but felt really lightheaded and sat down by the door. And I handed my other friend my phone, asked him to call my brother, which in my head I was thinking, this is a terrible idea. This is the one brother I don't get along with, and what's he gonna think? I can't talk, so he's just telling him where we were. Time goes by. It doesn't seem like long at all. My brother's there, even though it was a good half an hour, 45-minute drive. He gets there. They move me out of the way, open the door. When they get me up, the outside, I was on the second level of an apartment complex with a center. That seemed like hell, and the earth, the sky was really low and then really high, and it just seemed like a bottomless pit. The hallways were like something out of an Escher painting, and they were twisting and upside down and twisting and just really long. So I closed my eyes, and my brother and him just helped me out to his car, and I only opened my eyes when I got to the door to make sure I was getting in the seat, and then kept my eyes closed all the way to my house. He didn't say a word to me the whole time, but I know he was sitting there thinking, this, he's been drinking all day, this and that and the other thing. And I went home and I went down in the dark and I slept for a good 37 hours or so, just straight. I had the world's biggest headache. It took me forever to fall asleep, but when I did, I slept for a very long time at my home. So I wanted to tell that to people because often we see people having a panic attack. We think that they're just hyperventilating, acting, or whatever. And if we don't understand it, we don't know how to help. So I hope in telling you this story that if you see somebody panicking, immediately have them put their hand up to their face so that they can feel the breath until somebody can get them a bag. And yes, a plastic bag is not ideal because you're breathing in and out and you're getting, all of that bad air back in, but it is better to be able to see that bag moving in and out. And that's what it is. And they can also breathe in and out their nose as well. So if you have a plastic bag, it's better than nothing. Tell them to breathe in and out their nose and mouth so that they know. And don't touch them a lot. Don't pound their back. Don't crowd them because it's not going to help the situation. And as soon as they're calm, let them go to a dark place, to rest alone, but keep an eye on them. Nobody was there to keep an eye on me at that time. So, anyways, and for the love of God, if somebody says I need a drink in a panic attack, don't give them a cup of alcohol. That's for sure. So that made everything much worse in that situation. And had the paramedics showed up, they would have thought I'd just been drinking all day. You know what I mean? It 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 was just not helpful. It was great that the guy was trying to help, but I just feel we can apply this to a lot of things in life where we just don't understand something. If somebody says they're a channeler and they're channeling, and we're like, yeah, right, they're different than you, and they have connections and abilities to channel. All of those different things that we don't understand doesn't mean they don't exist, okay? I have a person in my life that's close to me that sees and hears spirits, aliens, all those things coming in and out of the house for them and stuff like that. And, even inside, I'm just like, this can't be real. It's a bad dream, whatever is happening to you. But you've got to treat them with respect and understand that it's very real for them. And what they're going through is a nightmare that you and I could never understand. So always try to treat it with respect and not disregard what other people are going through. And that's what I had to share for now. Thank you. Peace, stars. And have a great holidays coming up. If you're in the United States, have a great Thanksgiving. Bye.